velocity and acceleration. Let us take an example. Example is both Mr. Rabbit and Mr. Tortoise took the same round trip, but Mr. Rabbit slept and returned later. In this case, who runs faster? Tortoise says, me, as I spent less time on the trip. And Rabbit says, no, I traveled longer distance every minute. So, who will be faster in that case? Definitely, Rabbit will be faster. Now, let us see another example. A boy has been missing in a forest for 2 hours. For 2 hours, a boy has been missing. Now, if he walks at a speed of 4 km per hour, try to locate his possible position on the map. How you can locate the boy? And second point is that what else is important to spot the boy? The direction in which he is walking. Yes, the direction in which he is walking, it is very important, because if you have to locate the boy, see how we can locate. If direction is not given, then we have to locate the boy in 8 km of radius, in the area of radius 8 km, in a circle which is having the radius of 8 km. In the whole area we have to locate the boy. If we are not knowing the direction, but we are knowing the direction, that from starting point is there, and from that starting point in which direction the boy is going, then it will be very easier to locate the boy. Quickly we can locate the boy if we know the direction, but if we don't know the direction, then it will be very difficult to locate the boy, because we have to search in all the direction for locating that boy. So the direction in which he has been walking, it is very important to spot the boy. Then, how can we describe how fast an object moves? How can we describe how fast an object moves? Example, a car on highway travels 90 km per hour. A car on highway travels 90 km per hour. We say that the car travels at a speed of 90 km per hour. In this case, we can say that car travels at a speed of 90 km per hour. Simply, we can say that the car travels at a speed of 90 km per hour in that case. Then, how can we describe how fast an object moves? So, here speed is a measure of how fast something moves. Speed is equal to distance traveled per unit time. Here, speed is equal to distance traveled per unit time. Okay. In this way, speed is a measure of how fast something moves. Now, we can calculate average speed also. See here, a car travels at 50 km per hour. Then, gradually, the car slows down to 0 km per hour. Okay. Here, the driver applies brake and the car slows down to 0 km per hour and stops. Then, and again, it speeds up again to 60 km per hour. So, initial speed was 50 km per hour. Then, driver has applied the brake and car has stopped. Hence, here the speed is 0 km per hour. Then again, he is pressing the accelerator and speeds up the car again up to 60 km per hour. So, what will be the average speed of the car? Its average speed over the whole journey is equal to overall distance traveled upon total time of travel, that is distance upon time. The average speed will be distance upon time, overall distance upon total time. Okay. In this way, we can calculate the average speed of that car. Then, average speed does not tell the variations during the journey. Here, the average speed, it does not tell the variations during the journey. On most trips, the speed at any distance is often different from the average speed. On most trips, the speed at any instant is often different from the average speed. So, average speed cannot tell us what are the variations happen during that journey. That's why we have to calculate instantaneous speed. That's why we have to calculate instantaneous speed. What is instantaneous speed? Instantaneous speed is nothing but speed at any distance. Speed at any instant. The word speed alone is equal to instantaneous speed. Instantaneous speed is nothing but distance traveled in an extremely short time interval. Instantaneous speed is nothing but distance traveled in an extremely short time interval. Within an extremely short time interval, whatever distance is traveled by that car, it will be the instantaneous speed of that car. So you can see in the diagram, speedometer tells the car's speed at any instant. Here, speedometer tells the car's speed at any instant. It is instantaneous speed. Then, velocity. Velocity is a speed in a given direction or rate of change of displacement. So, velocity is nothing but a speed in a given direction. Means direction is also involved in velocity along with speed. So, in velocity, two things matters. One is direction and another one is speed. So, velocity is nothing but rate of change of displacement. Because direction is involved in this velocity, hence it is a vector quantity. Why this velocity is vector quantity? Because both the things are involved, direction is involved and speed is also involved. That's why it is a vector quantity. But speed is a scalar quantity, because if we are calculating speed, then direction is not involved, but we are calculating velocity. If we are calculating velocity, if we are measuring velocity, then direction will also be involved along with speed. We can see an example. Let us take the example of a metro train. See the metro train driver, okay, metro rail drivers. Here in this metro rail drivers, it concern only for the speed. A metro rail driver, he concerns only about the speed. It doesn't concerns about the velocity. Why? Why he doesn't concerns about velocity? He concerns only about the speed, because the metro rail, it has its fixed direction, it has its fixed route. The rail will automatically go through his fixed route, so the direction will be changed automatically. So drivers don't want to concern about the direction. He has to concern only about the speed. He have to increase the speed, he have to decrease the speed, he have to press the brake, you have to decrease the speed when the next stop is coming. Okay, but apart from that, if we can take an example of a pilot has to concern about the velocity, means he has to concern about the speed as well as direction. Why? Because for an aeroplane there is no any definite direction as in case of the metro rail. That's why pilot has to concern about the velocity, means both direction and speed. Pilot has to maintain the speed of plane as well as the direction, because he will reach its destination only if he controls velocity, that is speed and direction. Then only he will reach its definite destination. Now let us see what is average velocity. Average velocity is equal to overall displacement upon total time of travel. Overall displacement upon total time of travel, that is displacement upon time. Velocity is nothing but displacement upon time. And direction of velocity is equal to direction of overall displacement. Direction of velocity is equal to direction of overall displacement. So in this way we can calculate velocity. Velocity is nothing but displacement upon time. Direction of velocity is equal to direction of overall displacement. Now, what is instantaneous velocity? The velocity at any instant is called as instantaneous velocity. The velocity at any instant is called as instantaneous velocity. If a car moves at a constant velocity, its average and instantaneous velocity have the same value. Here, the velocity at any instant at any given time period is called as instantaneous velocity. For example, if a car moves at a constant velocity, its average and instantaneous velocity will be same. Let us take an example here. It is an example of world record. See, the world record of women 100-meter race is 10.49 seconds. And what is the average speed? Here the average speed will be 100 upon 10.49. It will be 9.53 per meter per second. That is 34.3 kilometer per hour. It will be the average speed. Let us take another example. In an orienting event, Maria and Karen reach their control points at the same time. Okay. For example, start point is 10 am, then reaching point of Maria and Karen is 10:30 am, 10:30 am. Okay. Then tell me who runs in higher average velocity? Who runs in higher average velocity in that case? See here, 4 options are also there. Who runs in higher average velocity? First option is Maria, second is Karen, third option is undetermined since their paths are unknown, and option D is incomparable since they run along different directions. So which is correct option? Here the correct option is option C. Here answer is undetermined since their paths are unknown, because we don't know their paths, we don't know the direction, hence we can't determine the average velocity. Hence here the average velocity is undetermined because we don't know their paths, their direction. Now taking another example, average speed on object, and the average speed of an object is greater than or equal to magnitude of its average velocity. It is true or false? Yes, it is true. Why? The distance traveled is equal to magnitude of displacement only if it is a straight line motion. Speed is usually larger than the magnitude of velocity. Then takes another question. A man takes a walk starting from rest and ending at rest. Okay. It is possible for him to attain an average speed of 5 km per hour, but he never goes faster than 5 km per hour. Is it true or false? Definitely it is false. It is false. Now let us see what is acceleration. See the examples of acceleration here. When a car moves faster and faster, its speed is increasing, means velocity is changing. It is an example of acceleration. When car moves faster and faster, its speed is increasing, velocity is changed. So which type of velocity is there? Here the velocity is positive. The magnitude of velocity is positive, value is positive. So it is a positive acceleration. Then in another example, when a car moves slower and slower, its speed is decreasing. So velocity is changed. Which type of velocity is here? It is a negative velocity because speed is decreasing. That means it is a negative acceleration. Then when a car changes direction, its velocity changes too. When a car changes direction, its velocity changes too. So let us see what is acceleration. Acceleration measures the change in velocity. Acceleration measures the change in velocity. In acceleration, direction and speed, both of these are involved. Okay, that's why acceleration is a vector quantity. Why acceleration is vector quantity? Because direction is involved along with speed. So what is acceleration? Acceleration is nothing but velocity per unit time, that is velocity upon time. Acceleration is equal to overall change in velocity upon total time taken. So in this way, acceleration is a vector quantity. It involves direction and speed. You can see an example here. If a car accelerates at 2 meters per second, what does that means? It means these values here, okay? V is equal to 0, t is equal to 1 second, v is equal to 2 meter per second, then v is equal to 2 meter per second. If t is equal to 2 second, then v is equal to 4 meter per second. In this way, for 1 kilometer, for 3 kilometer, for 5 kilometer, the value will change accordingly. You can see in the picture. Now take example. Airport Express takes 0.35 hour to go from HK station to airport station. Distance is 34 km. Average speed will be 34 km upon 0.35 hour, that is 97 km per hour. So we can see the complete table. What will be the distance between the station, journey time between the station, average speed between the stations. In this way you can calculate the overall values as you can see in the picture. Example 1, you can see here. time is equal to distance upon average speed here, that is 8.9 upon 90, that is equal to 0.0989 hour, that is equal to 356 second. And in this way you can see in the diagram, in the table, what is the distance between the station, journey time between the station, average speed between the station. In this way you can calculate. In another slide also you can see another example in which distance is equal to average speed into time, that is 105 into 12.7, that is 22.2 kilometer, and change in values are shown in the table. In another example, average speed you can calculate by the formula distance upon time, that is 2.6 upon 0.0425, that is 61.2 kilometer per hour, it is average speed. Then take an example here, a man walks from A to B at 1 kilometer per hour and returns at 2 kilometer per hour. So what is the average speed for the whole trip? You have to calculate. Here suppose AB is equal to 1 kilometer, whole journey will be 2 kilometer. Then time for whole trip is equal to 1.5 hour, and average speed is equal to distance upon time. Then in another example you can see a car travels 7 km north and then 3 km west in 10 minutes, find average speed. So here average speed is equal to distance travelled upon time taken. Distance will be 7 plus 3, that is equal to 10 upon 10 by 60, that is 60 km per hour. In another example, a car travels 7 km north and then 3 km west in 10 minutes, find the average speed. Here average speed is equal to what will be under root AB square plus BC square, that is 7 square plus 3 square, that is equal to 7.62 kilometer. Tan theta is equal to 3 by 7, hence theta is equal to 23.2 degree. In another example, a car travels 7 km north then 3 km west in 10 minutes, find average velocity. So here average velocity is equal to displacement upon time. In this way you can calculate all these things. Okay, hope you have learned in detail, you have understood all these topics: speed, velocity and acceleration.